So we appreciate you stopping by to look at the PhotoVoice gallery. What are your impressions?
I think it's fascinating. I've never seen anything like this before. In my time as a researcher or as someone who appreciates art. So I think it's an interesting way to give people with addiction a voice, give them an opportunity to share some of the struggles that they're facing, and to put an image with it just adds so much more power to the words, the summaries that they're providing. Asking them what their needs are, making them feel heard, I think, is what this does for them. And it educates the public as well to the things that we may not be aware of. We don't understand what it's like to be dependent on substances, those of us that are not, right? So just to see their perspective in words and images is outstanding. I think it's an important step towards sort of passion and understanding and assisting them, through this struggle that they're facing. So I really appreciate it.
Yeah. I just saw that you were checking out the gallery and wanted to know what your thoughts about it were.
Yeah, I mean, it's really cool. It kind of like helps me be put into the shoes of somebody who's like experiencing like being unhoused, for a lot of them, and also experiencing like substance abuse. And I don't know, there's such a disconnect sometimes with like researchers. So I think that was like really helpful. I think in other like PhotoVoice studies that I've like read up on, it's been like a similar feeling, like just like, I guess just realizing like the actual like embodied experience rather than just like, or like even sensory experience rather than just like seeing a statistic on paper, I guess, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Was there any particular image that stood out to you or a particular narrative that stood out to you?
I think so. I think especially the urban shelter one. That one, like, I guess it just brought up things I'd never thought of, like the idea of like sleeping with one eye open made sense, but the idea of like wanting to be in a space that is like so like frequently trafficked, because that's how you stay safe, by being very visible. I think like it just made me think of like navigating that balance of like when you're hyper visible, you're experiencing like stigma as somebody who may be unhoused, as somebody who uses substances, and then at the same time you need that visibility to avoid possibly being in danger,
Mm-hmm.
being alone with somebody who might like intend to do harm. So yeah, that one was very enlightening.
Como más directa para expresar lo que las personas sienten, pero al mismo tiempo es una cosa que como que es muy personal a lo que la persona está pensando, ¿entiendes? Que cada persona, por ejemplo, esta foto que está aquí representa lo que esa persona estaba diciendo, lo que la persona te estaba diciendo. Yo quizás pensaría algo relativamente lo mismo, pero quizás un poquito diferente, ¿entiendes? Es decir, que le da a uno la oportunidad de uno reflexionar lo que uno siente a su propia manera, ¿entiendes? Y lo ayuda a uno, tú sabes, a pensar, tú sabes, especialmente, tú sabes, lo que otras personas piensan, tú sabes, piensan cuando pintan o cuando desarrollan una fotografía o cuando ven una fotografía o un dibujo. Así que me parece eso que es muy, muy personal, muy único. Es decir, que yo creo que es una manera como más expresiva, como más real de contar, tú sabes, y también de analizar una situación de la necesidad de las personas que más lo necesitan.
I think this is a very illustrative way, and it doesn't leave you any doubt of how the person with an addiction, with an opioid addiction, feels like trapped. Like the woman in the mirror over there. Basically, I mean, it doesn't get any clearer than that. I mean, it's like it's like you can see through it, but you cannot go through it, right? You cannot really. And this one here with has like an increasing thoughts. Also, I think for me, what it allows me to see is that some of these people they need the substance to live, basically. The picture, like for example, with the otoño, fall. I mean, looking at the tree now during the fall, it's like you look at a person with the addiction, and you're seeing just one part. I mean, that same tree during the spring looks so different. It's the same tree, it's just another season. So I think that for me, that picture is like you need to look beyond, because if I'm looking at you and you have an addiction problem, well, maybe my brain is not capable of seeing you before you got the addiction, or maybe after. And I just concentrate on the now. Like if that tree is gonna look like that forever.
¿Hay alguna foto de esta que ha llamado tu atención en particular?
Todas, pero creo que esta que se llama Barefoot Battle, Batalla Descalza, es muy impactante porque creo que demuestra la experiencia que tienen personas cuando están tal vez pasando trabajo en la calle, que no tienen un lugar, una casa, desamparados, y que también se siente como aislado y sin recursos para tener las herramientas de todos los días para sobrevivir. Y están sobreviviendo al diario con lo mínimo. Y es muy impactante ver los pies de una persona. También creo que tiene un símbolo de esa lucha de todos los días, tal vez con muchas cosas del diario, y también, incluyendo la adicción y otras cosas.
Yo pienso que el trajinar de una persona es tan difícil de poderlo comprender que a veces ellos mismos cuando lo expresan con sus palabras se quedan cortos. Pero la fotografía te lleva como a hacer un mapa general, tal vez más amplio. Desde eso creo que eso es lo que más me entusiasma a mí del poder de la fotografía, que te evoca todo un panorama.